Sup, it's your boy Big Reg coming to you once again from the shadow of the big house in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Bringing you the recap of the Michigan Wolverines shellacking of the Maryland Terrapins. Oh, forget the Terrapins. They were just terrible. That's what they were. 59-18. Joining me tonight to recap this game and give us an inside scoop of what was happening inside Bird Stadium or Maryland Stadium or Turtle Hideout, whatever the heck they call their stadium. First, producer Jay Bizzle.
I literally just got off the plane, but not like a couple hours ago. But it was quite a trip, so I'm ready to talk.
Man, you sound exhausted. Holy smokes. Next, joining us also, fresh off of the game and seeing it live and in person, the one, the only, nameless guest.
Here we go, off mute here. And yes, indeed, it was super fun as expected. Always is. Just a Michigan party down there. Follow the sea of blue. And yeah, good times. Go blue.
Indeed. Good times indeed. Go blue indeed. And finally joining us, the only person in the DMV that roots for Michigan that didn't show up at this game, Mr. Squarehead.
Unfortunately, I had other priorities. It's my kid's birthday as well. But I want to talk about this game because I don't want us to get just too excited here. So I'm here to temper expectations and squash any seeds of hope.
Okay, well, thank you for that statement. He's here to tamp on the expectations and the excitement and tamp them down. Okay, message received, and away we go. Well, you know what? Let me just start with this. The Michigan Wolverines, the first time in a long time, scored in all three phases of the game. Defense, a pick six by DJ Turner. Special teams, a punt return by AJ Henning. And then finally, of course, on the offensive side of the ball, holy smokes, a lot of you know what I'm going to say, great plays made by our speedy playmakers. The most impressive to me, amongst all the impressive touchdowns, but for me, the most spectacular catch was the only Mike Sanistril with that one-handed extra stretch it out grab and then bring it back in for that TD. I rate my first class to you, Mike Sanistril, with a terrific catch to pull that touchdown in and get us going toward a 59-18 victory.
Yeah, I really want to second that, and I'm so glad you brought that up because I want to ask the producer if you saw what we saw on that particular play. Because from where we were, oh my goodness, the tight end going across was wide open, and he threw it to the no. I mean, it was a great play, and I was glad to see Andrell come, but he was guarded pretty tight, and he had to make a spectacular play, and it was a great chunk gain. Did you see the other guy wide open? I don't even catch exactly who it was. I think it was a tight end going across the field.
I'm not gonna lie, most of the game was a blur. Not because of anything that the team did or didn't do, but what I did pre-gaming. So to be honest,
Fair.
the any I remember key plays, but I had to go back and watch the YouTube highlights of the whole game just to make sure I got every snap that was possible. So do I remember it, and do I remember that person being open? No, I don't. But when looking back at the review, there's some other things about this game that was kind of concerning now that I've had 24 hours to look at it in a more, how shall I say, less influenced way.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And here I thought that I was the one that's supposed to tamp down excitement and crush those seeds of hope, but you guys are just speaking for me. Come on, man. This game, admittedly, I will start by saying I did not get to watch the entire game. However, I did record it. I record every game because I can't. Most of the games I cannot watch live. but I will go back and watch this game, the parts that I missed. But this game, why did we give up so many big chunk plays to Maryland? What's wrong with our defense?
I mean, like I said, when I look back at the highlights of what happened, which included all the Maryland snaps too, there were some major misses by Talia
Oh yeah.
Tagovailoa, who basically overthrew. He looked like our own John Navarre, or like the quarterback who just cannot hit the passes that are on there. But on the opposite side of it, I did think that some of these plays and play calling from our offensive side was starting to like look a little bit like they're trying to use what the talent they have. I mean, that Donovan Edwards. This is where we needed JC from Sunnyside to kind of speak on the number 7, Donovan Edwards, and maybe Nameless can mention also what he thinks about him now. But there was a little glimmers of a little hope there, a little different than what we're used to seeing.
Oh, there were tons of cheers for it. Was just a quick little comment since you brought him up and you invoked the name of JC. While celebrating, it was very interesting to see and hear JC pointing out to a number 7 on the sideline, just hamming it up, just soaking up all the glory for himself after all the celebrations, all up and down the sideline, seeing him bask in the glory of it all. Yes, he was making those comments.
Hold on. Before you guys just stop it. As the only person that actually watched the game and then watched it again, I've watched this game twice. Let me tell you about Donovan Edwards, okay? Donovan Edwards, after the game was over, they actually interviewed him. The young man was appreciative of the opportunity he got. He said he made the most of that opportunity, and clearly he did. Set a new Michigan record for receiving by a running back, yardage and receptions. He scored that great touchdown. And then the thing that impressed me the most was the fact that he thanked the offensive line for doing a great job in front of him. And he said, I couldn't have done it without the offensive line. And then he also gave credit and thanks to Josh Gaddis for calling those plays and putting him in, giving him the opportunity to make those kind of runs. So all you guys always bad-mouthing Donovan Edwards and saying he's a malcontent and this, that, and the other. Oh, man. That could not be further from the truth. This young man is balling out. He's getting his opportunities, and I'm happy for him. And I raise my glass to you, Donovan Edwards. Despite all the haters, I am not one of them. I want to make that known very clearly. Very clearly. Me and Ron Bellamy, we are part of the Donovan Edwards Appreciators Club. And I raise my glass to you, Donovan Edwards, for the fine game that you had.
It's all a mirage. It's a house of cards. It's all a mirage, folks. I mean, I'm looking forward to that pre-game video that's coming up for the next game, but this is all a mirage. Come on, man. You guys all know deep inside what's coming.
Look, before we start getting into that stuff, man, oh man, wow. This is the most dour reaction to a 59-18 road victory that I've ever been a part of in my entire life. But I must say that you guys are really living up to your beginning of the show promise that you're going to tamp stuff down. Holy smokes. This is really going through the grinder right now. The seat hopes have all been crushed.
I will say in the moments of clarity that I did have during the game, the one play that I actually was able to see and identify, and not only that, actually kind of saw it happening, was the DJ Turner interception for pick 6. Because one, the pass was like all the way across his body and like across the field, but I saw DJ Turner jump the route, and I was like, oh my gosh, like that's going to be an interception. Gets the interception, and then has just the skill set to be able to run that back, which was, that was like another moment in DJ Turner's career right now where he's stepping up in big ways and taking that side of the ball almost away from offenses. And, Maryland was trying to do their best to kind of get the ball out and get the ball around and move the ball as much as possible. So I thought this was actually a really, I think, good precursor to the game that's coming up. And I thought it was better for us to be able to go through Maryland to kind of get used to the ball flying around a lot. So that was good to see.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Reg. I mean, I'm just making some funny and humorous comments that I found amusing and just representing for JC. But on the whole, for me, I was celebrating and enjoying the whole way through, man. This was a party. It was so enjoyable to see all three phases of the game. I mean, on defense, they had their hands full just managing that mobile quarterback. That is true. And Talia was off. But, it just goes to show you every team can have their struggles. He's a good quarterback. He's well recognized. And I think some of that maybe is just a little pressure. Their game plan had to have been get it out quick. They know Aiden and Ojab was coming. And so, he's probably sharper when he doesn't have that internal clock ticking. So it's all factors, man. And you just got to give credit all around the board because we didn't get our first sack until some nobody like deep into the second half. Right. So that's not because we don't have a pass rush. That's the way they played the game.
I'm really hoping also to see, the punt block was it was I think it was well done in terms of that, and then the special teams touchdown, like wow, like you picked up on subtle cues that Maryland was doing, and then anticipate like those are little signs of coaching that's actually pointing me to a little bit more optimism that's happening with this team. Like that's something where you're like, hey, let's take advantage of something instead of just sitting there and being like, how can we react to it? So I was there's little seeds.
No, no.
Mhm.
Stop it. Stop.
Hey, you want to hear something funny on that? I watched the post game interview, and this is the one where actually Henning was sitting side by side with Edwards. Edwards was doing most of the talking, most of the questions was going to Edwards, but it was so hilarious. They asked him Henning about this, and they drew up that play just this week. They repped it only 3 times, right? And apparently Michael Barrett never threw it that well in the practices. That was like the best throw by far that he made in the game. Yeah. He said, I'm not going to lie. He never threw it that well in our practices. That was on the money. That was awesome.
That was not an easy throw either. That was a
No,
hard throw. All across the field.
it's gotta be
And
at
he
least
threw it-
like
he-
25 yards.
He threw it better than Cade.
Oh, stop. Would you stop
Come on,
it?
man. You've seen
Come
Cade
on,
make those throws all the way to the sideline.
But also a wonderful thing to see was JJ's series that they let him play all the way through. And I thought with a little bit more composure, I mean, yeah, it's not really the best defense to actually practice on. But still, and that his command during that series and being able to result in a touchdown like that, even though he did fumble the snap and run it in, but still, I thought that was good to see. That was good to see.
Oh man. It almost sounds like you guys are like forcing yourselves to say something good about this game. Oh yeah.
This is one of those games, like I've said before, when we play like a Rutgers or whatever it is, there's nothing that we can learn new from this game. What did we learn? What did we learn that we didn't already know from this game?
We learned that Michael Barrett could throw it 25 yards.
Yeah, okay. So Michael Barrett should be our starting quarterback. Next.
Are you kidding me? This was a monumental game. This is a game where we learned the most. We revealed a huge weapon Donovan Edwards is a force, man. This is coming out party. So
Come on, man.
this
Against
is huge.
Maryland.
No, baby, no.
Oh, come on.
This
Where's
is huge,
JC? Where's
huge.
JC? Get him on.
JC's sleeping or something. I don't know what's going on.
Even JC had a breakout Pee Wee whatever football game against
Wow.
Long Island Little Tykes or something. Come on, man.
Wow.
No way, man. The wheel route. New play in the arsenal.
But anyways, I would have to say, as the first time going to Bird Stadium or whatever it's called, I don't even know what it's called. It was astonishing to see like half of the stadium in yellow and blue, and the other half, which was not even filled at all, maybe like half filled, was the Maryland squad over there. But the Michigan crowd was creating a ruckus. It's basically a Michigan field. And that was good to see a lot of alumni, a lot of people in that area going to it. We saw some people that we know from like all over drive in to go to this game because it's represented. That's the whole thing of letting Maryland and Rutgers in, is like getting that East Coast representation in there, and it's clearly it happens. It happens, and we were in the parking lot tailgating, just a sea of the yellow and blue. So it was good to see everyone and catch up and celebrate together.
What was the tailgate like? I need to know. What did P sizzle up for that tailgate?
Oh, we got some. There was like barbecue baked chicken there. Like in the morning, there was like this guy. Give it up to Ron for hosting for PU because he had basically a professional chef come in. Hash browns, eggs, like sausage, bacon in the mornings, hot dogs in the turn. They even had like gizzard in there, so it was pretty crazy. We didn't get to see Doc, our nameless guest, stop by. So it was, where were you, buddy? Where were you?
My ride got stuck in the traffic.
My God.
Took a long time to get over there, and then the parking situation.
Yeah, I will say the parking situation in Maryland is just basically horrible.
That was unfortunate.
I'm not gonna lie, on TV, the atmosphere in the stands, how was that? Because I was wondering about that.
We didn't have our band there, which is kind of a shame because then it would have gotten a little bit more hectic. But a lot of people cheering, a lot of Go Blues going around. Let's Go Blue. I mean, we had all reason to celebrate and enjoy the time. Bird Stadium, they actually served beer there, which was really interesting.
Really?
Yes, I thought it was a Big Ten policy, but I guess not. So that also lent to excited spirits and people who were enjoying the game a little bit more.
It looked like they started clearing out of there early in the second half, though.
Oh, they're emptying out basically. So it was good to see.
How did it come across on TV? Were you going to say something?
No, that's what I'm saying. Like when they would show like crowd shots, there would be like huge swaths of like emptiness. You know what I mean? And then getting quieter and quieter. It was just strange to see. Like it was almost like peeking into like a high school football game. You know what I'm saying? What is going on over there? I was like, there's no ambiance in whatever that stadium is called.
It was packed on the Michigan side. Everyone was there until the end, so we were just dominating.
I can tell you this: the Terps, they love them. They're Stephon Diggs. Like that's like their superstar. Anytime his name comes up, that's like the loudest roar. And then there's not much else to cheer for. Yeah.
Oh goodness. But yeah, chance of beat Ohio started towards the latter part of the game. Actually, the third quarter it started when we just started scoring 28 points in the third. So it has already switched. We now know that game day is coming to Ann Arbor. So it's It is happening again. It is happening again. This is the week. This is the game. This is for all the marbles. This is for Squarehead to be able to say the following.
It will happen again. It will happen again.
No. All right. Before we jump the gun on previewing the game that we shall not mention just yet, is there anything else we want to talk about this game so we can wrap it up? Holy smokes. You guys already knew the Michigan State OSU score, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure that kind of, amped up the crowd a little bit more, no?
They didn't show any of the scores that were there, but we knew already at the tailgate that it was 49-0, even end of second quarter. So at the tailgate, everyone's just like, well, it's kind of like they got crushed that are on there.
It was embarrassing. Oh wow. Anyway, after that first half, I was like, all right, now it's set up. Now it's set up. We have to take care of business. And thankfully, the Michigan Wolverines really took care of business, 59-18. And yeah, now it sets it up for the showdown.
We got 5 comments on the last preview for this Maryland game. Our boy Dan K Gun, he said would normally be there this Saturday with the family. It's become tradition, but decided it was safer to skip this year. Watching all those people spitting shoulder to shoulder makes me uncomfortable. Predicted 31-10, good guys. The Rock, it's a must-win game. Need to blow this out. 44-17.
Ooh,
Andrew Fowler, he says I'll be at the game too. Andrew, we didn't see you. Did you stop by the tailgate? Agree to throw the ball would be nice to see it before I think Haskins has 200, or Edwards and Haskins each get 100 this week, which is kind of, if we include the pass yardages here. Michigan 31, Maryland 14. Raise my cup of coffee to you guys. Andrew, we wanted to see you there too. That's on there. Of course, the host with the most, PU, he guessed 45-13. Very, very close.
Pretty close as well.
And he threw one of the best tailgates ever that we're continuing to do biannually, or 2 years every rotation. So please, everyone, give a shout out to PU for throwing that. I guess Andrew Pollard did say come to lot H, but we were in lot C1, so couldn't see you there. But let us know what your thoughts were for this Maryland game, what you thought about this shellacking, and does it prove anything, or is Squarehead just continuously trying to pound the narrative that this teaches us nothing and we're going into the game with very, 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 how shall I say it, questionable returns on what happens here. So please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you thought about this Maryland game. Were you at the stadium? Did you notice these things? Or were you drinking the beer like I was?
This guy. Holy smokes. Gentlemen, let's put this one to bed. Mission accomplished. We needed the victory. We got the victory. And now the next step in our road to winning a Big Ten championship is before us.
Seriously, brother. Hey, can we just say this? 10-1 Rose Bowl is our floor. Come on, man. 10-1 Rose Bowl floor. No matter what.
Sad. You guys are sad. Jim Harbaugh promised championships, not Rose Bowls. He didn't even promise 10-win seasons. He promised championships.
Your narrative just shrinks every single week.
It doesn't.
Every week it shrinks.
Because
see you in Pasadena at the least. Pasadena.
Jim Harbaugh did not promise Pasadena. He promised championships
every week.
Yeah, every year. This is Jim Harbaugh's promises. 0.
Square got nowhere to go.
Jim Harbaugh championships, my butt.
We're storming the field. Ann Arbor, baby. Chucky, I see you. I see you over in California. All you other Michigan faithful, I see you.
Oof. Oh man, it's already starting. It's already starting. Holy
Just
smokes.
settling for no championship, no Rose Bowl, settling for 10 wins every year.
Settling.
Come on, man. Championships were promised.
All right, so we're gonna play for one. We're gonna have to win a big game this coming Saturday. But for now, we're gonna celebrate the victory that allows us to continue on our quest for that championship. 59-18, University of Michigan over the Maryland Terrapins. And for that, I say, go blue.
Go
Go
Blue.
Blue!
Uh,